home to the world's biggest shopping malls, the world's tallest building, and of course, who could forget the supercars? Join me on my adventures through Dubai. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all well. I am at the Atlantis Royal Hotel, and it is the start of my first full day here. If you haven't had a chance to watch yesterday's vlog where we flew in and we had a first look around this absolutely stunning room, then go do that. But anyway, right now what I'm going to do is make myself a coffee and show you one of my favourite features that I didn't get to show you yesterday for one very important reason, and then get on with my day. We've got quite a busy day ahead of doing what we actually came to do, which is the business part of it, which is a little bit boring, and my colleague should be arriving very soon and we can get started on all that. But first, let's make that coffee. In each room there is a place where you can make your own teas and coffees. They have an espresso machine here, which you know I adore, so I just had to have a quick espresso. So one thing I didn't get to show you on this remote yesterday was the ability to be able to open up the drapes and the actual windows by simply pressing the button, look. And away they go. Which opens up to my sea view. This is the view that I get from my hotel room. Let me just open up the door here. And we can experience this together. There is a little fogginess in the air at the moment. But all I can say is wow. Do you know what? I think I could probably get quite used to this life. To give you an idea of that view, as we're walking through the hotel room, it's quite something. It really, really is. So I believe my colleague has just landed, which gives me the opportunity to go off and go and try out the gym, and then we're going to get some breakfast and get on with the day. I've donned my gym gear. Let's go find the facilities and see what they're like. I was all the way up on the 19th floor. The gym and some of the other services were on the promenade level, so I made my way down in the lift. And as we started walking towards it, you'll notice just how grand everything felt. And that sort of carried across the whole hotel. Everything was larger than life and incredibly beautiful. The gym itself was pretty amazing as well. They had techno gym products across the board, so you could work out with an instructor or just look out at that beautiful view. If you needed refreshments, they had water, they had fruit, they even had cold towels. There was a place to do yoga and classes. They had instructor-led classes every so often, and this just gives you an idea of what was available to use here. So there were a couple of freeway areas. This was the main one here that had a lifting bar, and there was a little hidden one in an alcove here, which meant that you could do things a little more privately. They had a load of machines as well, if strength machines were your thing, or you could just take on the treadmills and the bikes. As I started walking back, you'll notice there was also a spa here, as well as a salon, so if you wanted to, you could get your hair done, you could have some treatments. They were all, of course, extras, and they were quite expensive, so that wasn't something that I actually ended up doing. So I've finished at the gym, I've come back, I've had a shower, I've got myself ready for the day. What a gym that place is. It's quite early still, it's not even 9 o'clock. It's a nice temperature, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it feels about right. But just check out, I still can't quite get over that view. And then cinematic mode has decided to absolutely ruin that view, but you've seen it, you know what it looks like. My colleague will be arriving very shortly, and we'll be going off and doing our thing today. And I can't wait to take you along. While waiting for my colleague to arrive, I did manage to explore a little bit of the lobby, and it was really, really beautiful. There were a lot of flowers, a lot of natural light, a lot of sculptures, including this one, which is called Droplets, which indicated the first drops of rain on the desert. You see these two lifts here which took you up to the main level, but they were also waterfalls. There was a lovely cafe here which I'll talk a little bit more about later, and of course you do get those views. Louis Vuitton were here. They were showing off some of their winter sculptures and their Vivians, and these guys are pretty cute, I must say. This is just one of the many views of the city that you could get from the hotel, and it was pretty breathtaking. We headed down to breakfast at a place called Gastronomy, which was a buffet style breakfast, but they had basically anything you could think of. Here they had eggs Benedict, if that took your fancy, or perhaps if you wanted, there was pizzas, noodles, sushi, even dim sum, and of course the normal bakery items that you would find, and salads if that's something that floated your boat. If you could think of it, I can pretty much guarantee you they had it here for breakfast, and I was spoilt for choice. I just didn't know what to have. Here is a plate of what I had. So I had eggs Benedict, avocado on toast, lots of coffee as well, and the obligatory egg pop. More videos of all the surroundings here, including the beach, as well as a few of the pools and that beautiful cityscape, which is just breathtaking. The hotel itself is pretty odd in its design. It basically looks like a load of Lego pieces put together, but I mean, it must symbolise something, and it is pretty striking. You'd be hard pressed to miss the place. I'm not sure if video quite conveyed there just how amazing that breakfast was. There was literally something for everyone. You could have had dim sum, sushi, anything, and that's included in the room with the price. So that was pretty incredible. I only tasted a little sample of the menu, and it was only a tiny bit of it, and I can't wait to try more of it tomorrow. But now we're off doing our work. Here's my colleague here doing a bit of what we needed to do, which basically is scanning the environment. We are getting 3D scans here of different parts of the hotel ready for use. I'll explain a little bit more about what we're doing with them later. So you can see here, there is a eatery at the end, and you've also got these little lakes in the middle and these little fountains. They are actually part of a fountain show, which I'll show you in a second. They run both at day and night, but here they are running in the daytime. They are pretty spectacular, but look even better at night because of all the lights, and I'll get you some footage of that very, very soon. There is obviously a private beach as well, which gave us a little bit of time to relax and recuperate outside of doing the work. This was outside of work hours, of course. As the sun begins to set on my first day in Dubai, I think now is the perfect time to sit down and talk about my experience, because it has been quite something. Honestly, I've never been to a place quite like Dubai. Everything is just bigger here, and I'm absolutely in love with it. We got everything that we needed to done, which is great. We managed to scan 5 different areas around the hotel, and hopefully, all being well, tomorrow morning we'll be able to go out again and test all of those spots, making sure that everything is up to scratch. For now, though, the evening is just beginning. So myself and my colleague, we're off on a little bit of an adventure over to the Palm, which is the hotel next door, for a little bit of lunch and to just discover the nightlife, because I hear Dubai really comes alive at night. So what exactly is it I'm doing here? Well, I work for an emerging technologies company, and one of our clients is a very high-profile designer brand. I guess I can probably say it. And they have just opened a store in this very hotel. And as part of that, they've opened up about 5 or 6 different massive statues around the hotel, and they wanted an augmented reality experience to go alongside it. The idea being, a user can just go ahead and whip out their phone, scan a QR code and see something very, very special. We're doing this through technology called Lightship, which uses GPS location as well as SLAM tracking and a detailed map of the environment to understand exactly what a user is looking at. This has become a little bit more difficult because the statues aren't technically in yet, so what we've had to do is scan the environment around where the statues will be and hope for the best. And that is going to do it for today's episode. It has been quite a busy day, but there is still so much more to do, so much more to see. So come back, get subscribed, do all of that good stuff if you want to see more. Also, let me know in the comments what you think of the hotel. I genuinely believe it is a stunning, stunning hotel, and it's been a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me.